Franklin, Lincoln, St. Charles, and Warren counties here in eastern Missouri. This is an upscaling thunderstorm, has line-size hail. Just a few minutes ago, this storm had a half-dollar size hail, so this is coming up quite a bit here. East of Marthasville, this is a supercell, so we got to watch it for some rotation too. Not seeing a lot in this cell right now, so that's a good sign. But we can see the hail showing up on the correlation coefficient in here. The hail showing up here in the vertically integrated liquid, the VIL. We can also take a look and see how quickly that has upscaled in the last little while. Less than an hour ago, this was barely a little thunder shower. This is now upscaled in the last 45 to 50 minutes into a severe thunderstorm producing at least golf ball size hail here. This is going to be working into a much more populated area here in just the next few minutes. Getting into a lot more populated areas of St. Louis, about 20 to 25 minutes. New warning here for considerable line-size hail that goes through Calhoun County in southwestern Illinois, St. Charles County, St. Louis County, and St. Louis City, now under a considerable threat severe thunderstorm warning. Treat this very similar to a tornado warning, lowest level, into your room. Make sure there's no skylights above you. This is a potential for a destructive storm coming through the St. Louis metro here in just the next few minutes, and we will be riding it here with you on WeatherCast USA. All right, let's fly back to Missouri here on the radar tour, and we'll take a look at these storms. Again, these are coming into a very populated area here, coming into St. Louis. Not liking the look of this storm. Let's take a look at this one. It's going to be right over the radar site, and it's trying to wrap an area of rotation here. This would be south of Weldon Springs near Defiance, Missouri. So let's keep an eye on this area right in here. There's a little better view of this from the tower radar. We can see the winds going away from the radar here, going towards the radar here. So this is south of Weldon Springs in the Weldon Spring Conservation Area. Yeah, that has picked up here near Defiance, Missouri. And we're getting a little bit better view of this here on the St. Louis camera. Starting to get some darker clouds here on our camera thanks to EarthCam. And yeah, that is definitely a changing sky there in St. Louis. This is coming into Chesterfield right now. Basically, it's riding along I-64 here. If there are tennis ball size hail, it's going to be in this area here near St. Charles, Cottleville, just east of Weldon Springs down towards Chesterfield. Highly populated area here. Wind is surging out here through Chesterfield, Baldwin, Wildwood, St. Charles, approaching Maryland Heights and Creveport. You're going to get the damaging winds before you get the hail. But we're starting, as we get a little bit further from the radar site, starting to see that hail core showing up again around the Chesterfield area. It's a healthy looking storm in the reflectivity. On the reflectivity, you can see the outflow here surging out towards Baldwin and Wildwood. You can see some forward flank downdraft fanning out here as these storms are ventilating. So your rotating updraft, if it does develop, would be in here. Doesn't look like it has yet, but it's starting to get that look, especially in the reflectivity of a tornado possible severe thunderstorm. It's not showing it on velocity. It needs to funnel this a little more. We're not seeing that inflow kind of focus in. Just right now, we're seeing just a very broad inflow. And we are getting a new tornado warning here. This is for St. Louis County and St. Louis City.
A new radar-indicated tornado warning has been issued.
This is going to be for Madison, St. Clair, St. Louis, and St. Louis City here in East Central Missouri, Southwest Illinois. It's capable of producing a tornado over basically St. Anne in this area here around Creveport, Maryland Heights. Newer image here as this is getting even darker here as the storm is approaching. So yeah, again, here's your winds kind of towards the radar. You have a surge of winds on the flank here, this storm surging away from the radar. Maybe a little bit tighter area of rotation in here. It could be a little CC lowering. It's hard to say. That's an interesting little CC lowering though, because it's right exactly where I circled that area of rotation. We could have a mini spinny on the ground. It's hard to say. It could be also just some hail wrapping into that area there. But potentially that could be on the ground there near Ladue. That would be coming over towards Clayton and University City. So definitely be in your tornado safe space over here towards Clayton, University City, Overland, and then really everywhere here north of I-64 and I-44 in St. Louis. Yeah, that may be something in there. There is a little bit of tightening rotation just over now Ladue and Clayton here, right at 170 and Forest Park Parkway here in the center of St. Louis County there at Clayton. Yeah, you're starting to see a little bit better picture of this too. Here's a little bit more focused inflow notching. So we were just kind of talking about this just a little bit ago, looking for that storm to intensify that inflow of the inflow and tighten up that circulation. There's a new look at this, and this is really starting to develop here. So here we can see this is starting to really develop that inflow notch. We should get a new velocity scan here in just a second, but based on the reflectivity, you can now see that's funneling that inflow wind into that area of rotation here. We have outflow winds surging out through Maplewood, Richmond Heights, and areas here around Skinker, around Washington University there. But this is starting to look a little more impressive, like a tornadic circulation here. And this is coming right down the center here of St. Louis. Taking a look and seeing if we can see anything here on our camera. Nothing showing up yet. It's a very warm and humid atmosphere out ahead of this, so there's a bit of
new information.
It's a bit hazy still, even with the clouds closing in right there. But yeah, this storm is definitely getting closer here. We can update 84 degrees in St. Louis. It's 2:42 Central Time. Here's a much better look at this storm. Here's your hail core back in here, this lighter color. Our camera here is sitting at East St. Louis looking to the west-northwest. So that lighter color, that is our hail core back here towards Overland and all of that and Bell Ridge. The darker clouds directly behind our camera, that would be the area that has the potential tornadic rotation to the west of St. Louis downtown. It's over this area near University City. And that may be on the ground.
Warning has been issued.
And this is a velocity out of 241. Yeah, this is on the ground. Yes, this is on the ground. This is a damaging tornado located over University City. Just getting a new update here. Our velocity is lagging behind, but this is a debris signature showing up. This is the tornado just on our screen, on our EarthCam here. But it's literally behind the downtown here. That is a damaging tornado. That is the mesocyclone. You can actually see the rotating winds here. This is a tornado on EarthCam. There is the rotating winds here.
Yeah,
we have a tornado live on our EarthCam here. It's wrapping around. It's going to be wrapped in the rain, but it's up in this area here. You can see the left or the right side of it. You can also see the wrapping rain curtains. This is behind the city of St. Louis here. It's going to be over here behind the Edward Jones Dome. But looking at this area of rotation, it's over here near Academy, Lewis Place, and the Central West End. We're probably going to lose it in the rain here as it works its way to the north and northeast.
New information. This tornado warning has been
But there is your velocity scan.
New information.
We've seen a lot of tornadoes on our live streams. We have not actually, I don't think, seen a tornado on an EarthCam before. So this is our first EarthCam tornado confirmation here. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose it in the rain, but it would be just off to the right side of this camera. That was a decent look at it for just a few seconds there before it got wrapped in rain. But this is a damaging tornado. I believe they've just updated this to be observed. This is now a PDS damaging tornado. We called that before the National Weather Service a few minutes before it's upgraded to a PDS confirmed large and dangerous tornado located over St. Louis, Missouri, moving east at 50. Again, PDS damaging tornado. You need to be in your safe space. St. Louis, Florissant, University City, Granite City, O'Fallon, East St. Louis. Tornado here in progress in St. Louis. It's moving to the northeast here as it's crossing I-70. That is a big debris signature. It's headed towards Granite City. You guys need to be in your safe place right now in Granite City, Missouri, or Granite City, Illinois, coming up towards Glen Carbon, Edwardsville. Again, a PDS tornado warning here. That's a lot of debris. We're in a very heavily populated area, so it's still on the ground here. It looks like it's going to be crossing the Mississippi River here as we speak. So this is crossing from St. Louis into areas here in Illinois, Granite City, Pontoon Beach, Edwardsville, Glen Carbon. All need to be in your tornado safe space. And then we started to see the debris ball show up here on the reflectivity. This is around the time that it showed up on our EarthCam, thanks to EarthCam, link in the description. But we could see the tornadic circulation showing up behind the skyline of St. Louis. That was actually a really eerie sight, seeing a large major city with a large tornado just behind it. It almost looked like a Photoshop. We could see the debris signature and the debris ball essentially carry off to the north.